Okay, so here, the next one that we had looked at previously, and they've actually added something to this, which is really nice. This is the health weather map from Kinza. They make these thermometers that are connected to the internet. And so one of their uses is for tracking the flu.
Okay.
So influenza-like illness near you. And 6 weeks ago, what this was showing was the flu was declining.
Yes.
But it was at the same time the pandemic was increasing. And so you couldn't see it with their thermometers. Now they've added this. This is cumulative atypical. So this is showing atypical illness. So that might be closer to what we see with this, but I don't really know. But what I'm going to go to is trend, and I want you to pick a state that we should look at.
Let's look at Michigan.
Michigan. Okay. So I'm going to go into Michigan, and we're going to see what the trend was there. Okay. So what do you see for this Livingston County, Michigan that I clicked on? So here's what the trend was, and there's March 13th right there when the lockdowns went into effect here. I don't know what happened there.
The blue line was maybe the average from previous years.
That's right. It says the typical, expected and typical range is those blue bars.
Okay, so it looks like it may have detected the coronavirus because we saw before that the flu map was decreasing in this range, but here you saw the spike, although maybe not, because in the Michigan graph it was in the areas that were almost there, I believe.
Yeah.
And then so it still had more to do to flatten the curve, and here we don't see that, we just see a flat curve.
Yeah, so what is that flat curve saying in this case?
That's about the number of flu cases.
Yeah, or detections of the way they're monitoring the flu. What do you notice on this curve?
Well, I noticed that it looks like the flu season, or whatever this is picking up, I guess, the higher temperatures. Because it was especially bad.
Yep.
But we saw in the other graph that the flu season anyway was bad, so we don't really know what to say here.
Yeah, so let's go back and pick another state just to take a look. I'm not sure how to do it. I'll just zoom out manually.
Right,
Okay.
Just look at Washington State.
Okay. Let's do that. King County, that's Seattle. So, I think anyway. All right. So what do you notice here?
Well, it looks like again the flu season was worse than expected. But it does look like it decreased quickly here, which is interesting. I don't know where March 13th is, but
How about right there?
it does look like it declines quickly, but it also looks like it always declines quickly. Kind of this
in the area.
expected thing.
Okay, so maybe whatever they did around King County, Washington, did help decrease what was already a very bad flu season, but actually it would have decreased kind of like that anyway. So hard to tell. But it's interesting. Once again, we're not seeing anything of significance in at least the way they measure the flu here.
Yeah.
So maybe we can go just one last thing here to cumulative atypical. Oh, okay. So cumulative atypical. So they've seen a lot of atypical illness around this area. It's just not-
And there was
That could be just the bad flu season.
one of the early outbreaks of coronavirus was in Washington State, so maybe that's what they picked up.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to go to the next thing.